tonight?
What time? Wait for it. It's like, I think it's
All right, we're live. We're going. So your mama's watching.
Is this Esperanza?
Just keep in mind. Wait, what?
Yeah, how do we
Are we allowed to curse?
We don't get on iHeartRadio if you curse.
Okay.
So if you can make your point without cursing, it'd be amazing.
Also, we can curse then.
Oh, you can. I mean,
One question.
thank you.
I mean, refine it.
Thank you so much.
Like Obama level of cursing.
You guys ready?
Come all the way to the mics.
So talking to your mics. We're Facebook Live. I know. I see you. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's amazing. We're about to start on the intellectualradio.com side. You guys ready? Folks are excited. They're like, there's so many men on the show. It's amazing. Look at all these.
Is that what's trending?
Look at all these. That is what's trending.
Your beard is trending.
So this isn't working, which is awesome.
Hashtag one.
Easy Oscar.
Can you hear us?
Look at that.
Yes.
High tech.
Oh, now I see you.
All right.
What you drinking, TJ?
Goose Island, local.
We're about to start. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to Dana. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to Dana Being Dana. I am your host, Dana Michelle, and it is a fantastic evening tonight. This is my birthday show. I'm super excited. The irony of it all is that this is my 16th show, and my birthday is December 16th. A lot of people are wishing me happy birthday right now. That's amazing and incredibly premature. My birthday's on Saturday, but this show was strategically planned because this is my music show. And people said I couldn't do a music show on intellectualradio.com, but we are going to do that today. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited because I'm a huge music fan. If you know me well, you know that I love music. I was raised in music. I was born in music. I sing. I've been singing on intellectualradio.com for a while now, so you know that. Anyway, I've been singing, and it's amazing. And the Freedom Party is one of my favorite places to be every third Friday of every month. And so that's why we're doing a Freedom Party show for the birthday show. And we'll get into all the reasons that make the Freedom Party the special party that it is. But just a little bit of background. For me, I have been singing and been involved in music since I was 5. I started at St. Paul AME Church. Shouts out to all the St. Paul people. And my father, who was no longer with us, used to be in our basement all the time. And he had these turntables that I could not touch. And he was like, don't you touch those turntables.
I know that.
Don't you touch those turntables. That's exactly right. And so now that I'm older, I fully appreciate what all of that meant. And so y'all remember the Fisher-Price, like brown, yellow, orange? That was my first turntable set.
Same here.
And I used to kill it all the time. But that was me. And so my dad bought me my first vinyl, which was New Edition. I had every New Edition album on vinyl, and Michael Jackson. And so I grew up listening to music with my family, who's here today. My cousin Leah is here in the studio. And just friends that I grew up with. Marshall's here. We would go back to high school, and that was who I was. I grew up listening to music. My parents listened to music. I listened to music in high school and college. Terry's here. Andrea's here. And so that was who I was. That's how I grew up. I believe there is a song for everything, and I sing all the time. Ronell knows that I sing all the time, constantly, to my kids, to my family, and that's just a part of who I am. Music is a part of who I am. It's in my spirit, it's in my blood. And so I'm so excited about this show, and I'm so excited about the Freedom Party. We're going to talk about what the Freedom Party is and what it means, but to all you Chicago folks out there, if you've been listening to 104.3, which is the new station that's blowing up, It's old school, 90s hip-hop and R&B. It's part of the essence, I think, of what, it's not necessarily sanctioned by the Freedom Party, but it gives you a sense and a flavor of what you can expect when you go to the Freedom Party. And so if you like that, you'll love the Freedom Party. The Freedom Party is Friday, and we'll talk more about where it is. It's a beauty bar and all that good stuff. But when I went to Spelman, I did a domestic exchange program. And what that meant was that I spent a year at NYU. And when I was there, I met my good friend TJ, who's like a play cousin, because his last name is my maiden name, which is Brown.
There you go.
And he's from Nashville, which is where my Browns are from. So for a while, I was like, are we related? But TJ is also a big fan of music. And so introduce yourself and talk about your connection to the Freedom Party.
Sure, you're gonna have to tell me how close to get to the mic. TJ Brown, thanks for
Very
being
close.
You know, music's been a part of my life forever too. I've got my Thelonious Monk shirt on. I'm a piano player. Currently playing in my church, Park Community, on the north side. I play in a band, which you wanted to hear about. Shout out to Jen and the Heartbreakers. It's on my Facebook. But yeah, I'm all over music-wise. Play classical, listen to hip-hop, go to EDM shows, throwback CDs all the way back to Hendrix Experience. Whatever you got, I got it on my hard drive. But yeah, I know the Freedom Party guys from way back in the day at NYU, around 90 from what do we heard? 96 maybe plus. Plus, yeah. And then so yeah, those are my guys, and I'm just glad to be here. I hope you out.
Thank you. Herbert's on the phone from New York. So the Freedom Party originated in New York City. What better city to start a music dance party? Herbert, thank you so much for joining us. I know it's late for you, so I appreciate you being here on the phone with us. Thank you so much. Can you talk about how long you've been with the Freedom Party and how it got started?
Yeah, well, thank you for having me, first of all. It's a real pleasure. And I know that I have some very discerning Chicago listeners right now, so I gotta be careful on what I say because you don't play in Chicago. So I think that I want to say before I get into that one of the reasons why Freedom Party is or has become such a great party is because of Chicago, is because of the party that we've been doing there once a month for 6 years. It's honestly one of my favorite parties ever, and you know the people that come and the energy that we have in the room. I mean, I got to be honest, and I run the risk of upsetting some people here at home, but Chicago is my favorite city in the country, hands down. So sorry, New York, but that's just the way it is. I'm not just saying that. I said that many times before. I'm not just saying that for me.
In your face, New York. What do you do? What do you do? Broadway. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. New York. Big Apple.
I mean, your pizza's not nearly as good.
Yo!
So basically, Freedom Party started in response to the way the nightlife scene in New York was going. It was becoming very commercialized. It was all about velvet ropes and bottle service and and who you know and how much money you had in your pocket. And so in a response to that, Freedom was created. The idea was to put music back into the forefront, to make the party not about who was necessarily there or how much they were spending or whether or not you got on page 6 of the New York Post, but about what songs you played and what songs were running the dance floor. The idea was music is the answer, and that'll solve all the problems. And almost 15 years later, 13 years of which were weekly, here Freedom is. It's still going, and it's still going strong. The rest is just, it's the longest running old school dance party in New York City history. It's the most legendary old school dance party in New York City history, and it's a pretty darn good party in Chicago, if I may say so myself.
It is fantastic. You don't have to say it yourself. I'll say it for you. We have such a good time. And for me, what is so concrete about just my Freedom Party experience, it was so surreal when I came to my first Freedom Party in Chicago that I ran into TJ. Because it was TJ at NYU who was like, yo, you like music? You got to come to this set. You got to come to this party. So he invited me to my first freedom party in New York.
Was I dancing or was I in the corner?
You were dancing.
All right,
That's the
making
thing
sure.
about the freedom party, though. And so that's what I tell everybody, because I went to college in Atlanta, and no shade to Atlanta. I love all my Atlanta folks, but the parties can be and feel a bit pretentious, right? People are standing, they look amazing, but they're not dancing. And I got on Chucks right now because that's what people wear when they go to the freedom party. It's not about your heels, it's not about your outfit, it's about
Right.
the music, it's about the vibe, it's about the dancing.
Totally, and we've, I personally DJ'd probably 7 weddings where the bride and groom met on our dance floor. There have been freedom parties where
So lovely.
people have proposed to one another. So it really has done what it set out to do and continues to do that. It's just a really great feeling.
You can find love at the freedom party.
Yeah.
Friday, 9 p.m., Beauty Bar, Chicago. Your boo is waiting for you, ready to lock it down. It's cold. It's going to be a cold 2018. You want to come to the freedom party.
Cuffing season, I'll tell you.
Cuffing season is in mad effect. You need to come to the freedom party and find your boo.
And then you need to hire me as a DJ for your wedding.
And lock it down. Herbert's going to be on the ones and twos,
Yeah.
putting folks in love. It's gonna be hot. Speaking of that, well, we'll get to that in a minute. I'm gonna save that for a second. Bosco, Marshall, you guys have been hosts of the Freedom Party. You are the faces that that everybody sees. You influence the Freedom Party Chicago because you guys invite your crew and everybody y'all know to come through. So talk about the Freedom Party, what music means to you, and why you are affiliated with Freedom Party Chicago.
No, you start. Yeah, thank you, Marshall.
Welcome back.
It's a lot of love.
Thanks, man.
It's a lot of love at Freedom Party.
Let me first say, first happy birthday to my wife. It's her birthday today.
Happy
So, I got some
Well, happy birthday.
Shouts out to Brandy.
Happy
And
birthday.
we are both Sagittarii. That's the plural. And yes, it's her birthday today.
So, I moved to Chicago. I lived in New York for a few years and moved to Chicago after business school. And Herbert and I became friends, not through the Freedom Party in New York directly, but we bonded over pork tacos and a moped in Cozumel, Mexico. Long story.
Romance.
And so when I moved back to Chicago, I called Herbert and I said, Chicago needs the Freedom Party because I missed it. And Herbert was like, I've been trying to do this in Chicago for years because Chicago's his favorite city.
It's the illest rumors.
Right. And he said, by the way, the number one, the most important thing for this party to be successful is to have some really great DJs. And that's when he put me in touch with DJ Question, who has now become a great friend of mine. And I think that the idea is between all the DJs involved with the Freedom Party over the years, and there have been a few, but the idea is that if you put the music first,
Yes.
you play some good tunes, you have some great bartenders. Shout out to Justin and the crew at Beauty
Yeah.
Bar.
Beauty Bar is a great place.
The
Right?
drinks are strong.
Yeah.
Like the people.
But that's all you need for a good party. You don't need the drama.
Yeah.
And so I think to me that's the probably the most important thing, the most powerful thing. So we needed it. Where Chicago was 6 years ago, we needed the Freedom Party to come here, and we're really happy that DJ Question and DJ Herbert were to do that.
DJ, can I jump in for real quick and say that
Jump.
Bosco is a little bit wrong on something. See, so I reconnected with Bosco when we were playing basketball one day at NYU, and I went up for this layup, and Bosco fouled the shit out of me. Like, he was going for the ball, he ended up taking off half my head, and I was laying on the ground, bloody. I think I was like, my legs were jerking, I was going through some type of spasm, and he was like, ooh, I snuffed you and talking all this stuff, and he fouled the shit out of me, right? So
It's amazing.
I got over it real quick, and I was like, and then he said, hey, Kenny, I want to do a freedom party in Chicago.
So you called that now that I've packed you're all the way in the ground, come to Chicago.
He broke. He literally things were broken. So he said, I want to do. I said, that's cool because a while back Danielle Cherry, a friend of mine, through Dan Cherry out in Cleveland.
Yo, HRP?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's the homie back in Cleveland. The world is this big.
You know,
Well, it's very small.
She introduced me to Question, and then I had 2, and then Bosco came, and you know what? I said, this might 3 is a magic number. This might be the way to do it. And the rest is history. But go ahead, sorry to cut you off. I just want to make sure everyone knows how much of a hack Bosco is. So
Wow.
play ball with him.
Wow.
Don't let the suit fool you, people.
Yeah, he will pump you into work.
Pay attention.
Apparently what happened.
So I want to ask you, you guys are all aficionados of music and all that comes with that. What do you think the average ear underappreciates when it comes to music?
Possibility. Because
that's deep.
Okay. We're getting deep on Dana being Dana.
intellectual radio right
That's
there.
deep.
Get ready.
Possibility.
How many songs are your favorite song because of not just how they sound, but where you heard them, or what mindset you were in when you heard it again, and it changed the experience from previous times that you had that?
I think that's absolutely true. I think music can transcend you to a place in your past where you've been. Songs remind you of moments in your life. And we'll get into the power of music in a minute, but I think that music is such a connector in so many ways. It connects you to parts and aspects of your life. It connects you to other people. Some of my favorite experiences are being in a place, in a concert, which I'll get to later, where you see people of all different colors, shapes, sizes, ages, vibing to the same song. And there's not too many artists who can do that. And we'll talk about some of the greats in a minute. But I just, do you guys have any other thoughts about why Freedom Party, why you're in it, why you go? There's such a commitment from the people who put it on and make it happen,
Yeah.
which I think is so dope.
Yeah, so like, you see me get like very hyped about Chicago because I've been able to ride to this city for the last like almost 30 years with DJ Question. And we've been doing parties since parties we threw back in Chicago State. We were carrying like huge non-DJ outside the crib equipment to the jam. And so I've watched him be one of the illest DJs in Chicago ever. And I was along.
Arguably the illest.
Yeah, arguably, like, you ask my boy Gomar, he's like, yo, DJ Question's the illest DJ I've ever heard.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's been to all of the, everybody. Mix our crew, you know what I'm saying? Mix Boogie, what it used to be known as, now he's just Mick. Like, we've been around DJs, we've been around parties, and been doing it for a long time. And I've been blessed to be riding with the cat that's been, assassinating, like, dance floors.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Weapons of dance destruction.
Exactly. for
Or
decades.
better yet, weapons of ass destruction.
Oh, there we go. Thank you, iHeartRadio. It's amazing.
Yo, the feelings of Herbert Poller are
It's all
not but yeah, so I've had an intimate experience with trying to create nightlife of respect in this city. And for no other reason, we're from Chicago. We should represent people who come to our city. Should be like, yo, where do you go? And we twin them in some place, and it's ill just like the city's ill. And that's what the Freedom Party has been to Chicago.
Which is awesome. It is, somebody just got a text about Freedom Party. It is, Freedom Party is Friday. This Friday at Beauty Bar. What's the damage? Like, can I afford it? Is it in my budget?
Well, it depends. If you're a pimp, then you're gonna get somebody to like pay for you. But if you just need $5,
$5.
It's just $5 all night long, right?
Mm-hmm.
All night long.
And come how you want to come. Wear the chucks, wear the jeans.
Get there early.
Don't get your hair. Don't worry about your hair being done because you're gonna dance it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna sweat it out. And that's what I love about it, is that it's a party that everybody gets up out of their seat. They're there, they're kicking it, the drinks are strong, the people are friendly. It's a very good time.
Plus, it's the Christmas joint. Like,
Ho, ho,
we're
ho.
sharing Merry
Ho,
Christmas again.
ho,
so
ho.
you can come do that.
Donald Trump.
$5
Merry Christmas.
But there's a lot to celebrate. It's the last Freedom Party before the end of the year. And it's a great time. which I think is fantastic.
Everybody's
So,
getting Dana birthday drinks too, so.
birthday drinks, come on out. We're gonna have a great time. I'll be 25 at midnight. It's gonna be amazing. Again, come on out. But don't take it from me. Take it from people. We're gonna talk to people just shortly who have been to the Freedom Party, and they are not affiliated. They just are people who have come and who have shown up and who have had a great time. So we're gonna hear from them in a minute. We're gonna take a quick, short break, and you will hear from folks who have been to the Freedom Party themselves talk about their experience and what it's like. Stay tuned. Dana Being Dana on intellectualradio.com and iHeartRadio station. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Lead
Dana, let us know what's going on, how you want the rest of the show to go, what we need to work on. Or...
You're good. You're amazing. Just keep cussing and we're good. It's all good. No, we're fine.
Okay.
No, seriously, we are.
Just for the record, I meant weapons of mass destruction, and not in a sexist way, but in a way like jazz, just so we know.
There's no coming back from that, man.
Nobody's on Facebook.
It's not working. Oh, mine is working. Could you grab that water? I can't even get mine on.
So this is not accurate in terms of what you see. Veronica, you're right here. Ronell's in the middle. Say what? Spit out the gum. Yes, sir. Got it. All right, everybody okay? We need to talk, just talking to the mic. So we're still on Facebook Live. Everybody's amazing, super sexy and hot.
What's up, Facebook?
So this is live. What it is, show. This is not accurate, no. But look into the cameras when you talk. And we are amazing. Are you guys ready?
Yeah. You guys should have mic. You got this off.
A couple things, y'all, before y'all get into your chess and checkers.
Oh, my bad.
Hey,
They're done.
and
They're done. And he's got a guitar.
so we're gonna do we're gonna do the debate in a minute. Like once we do all the introductions and stuff, we're gonna and y'all can
Dana, what
chime
do you
in.
need from me?
We're gonna chime in when we get to the debate part. Y'all ready?
I'm on the page. I'm looking to watch it live. There's a little bit of a lag, so you know.
That's okay. Okay, everybody good? I don't even know what to do with that. So it's amazing. We're having a fantastic time. Yeah, we're good.
5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, we are back with Dana Being Dana. I am your host, Dana Michelle, and thank you all so much for being here. We are here. This is the Freedom Party Show. We are talking about music, which is one of my favorite topics ever. And I'm here with some of my favorite people, some of my best friends. We are talking about music, and we are talking about the Freedom Party Chicago. So right now, what I wanted to do, if you were tuned in, we were just talking to people who were a part of Freedom Party Chicago, who are affiliated with the group and the party that they've been throwing for years and years and years. But now I want to talk to people who know the DJs, who've been to their parties, who've experienced the music. So let's just go through and introduce yourself and talk about what you think of Freedom Party Chicago and just the music and how important music is to you and why. So we'll start with my cousin. Y'all remember Leah. She's been here before.
Hey, Facebook.
We gonna be famous. So why do you love music, Leah?
I love music because it's in everything. Like, it's in our DNA for sure. We love music. I mean, I grew up on music. I swear Minnie Riperton played every Saturday at my house on vinyl and Marvin Gaye. But that was awesome. So music is just in everything I do, in every moment, in good times, bad times. Look.
I mean, we have this philosophy that there is a song for everything.
Yes.
And I definitely believe that that's true. You'll see more of that tonight. Veronica?
I am Veronica. I'm Dana's hairstylist. Yes. And I love music as well. I'm constantly dancing through the house. Facebook knows me already. I'm shaking my tail feather constantly. Facebook. So I'm famous in that area. I love to sing. I mean, I hit every harmony, but it's all good.
That's what we do. We sing all the time.
Hey, Facebook.
Okay.
Welcome. I'm Ronell. I'm not Dana's hairstylist. Music is
Are you sure?
He is not my hairstylist, y'all.
anyway, but music
My hair
has it's attached to whatever it is. I come from a family that grew up, you know, they were gospel singers, my parents, but born and raised, you know, one of the first gospel groups to sign on to Motown under Malaco, you know, at the time, so we just grew up a roadie more or less. But no matter where you at, you know, we have a big church family, our church background, every background is there, but no matter whatever it is that you're doing, music is involved, no matter what color, creed, culture, it doesn't matter. Whatever, that your love songs, your memories, your high school, your kids play, everyone knows you could turn on the radio, turn on a favorite song, turn on anything, and you can, it brings your memory back even. They can tell you where you were, whatever place and time. But I think all in all, we all are lovers of music. It's just a part of us.
Yeah.
So I can't sing, but I do love music.
Yes.
And my memories with music, I think back, Evan's dad and I met at a party in high school.
Who's Evan?
Evan, if you know me, you know my son, who's 3. Well, actually, he just turned 4. And
Happy
one of his
birthday,
first, happy birthday, Evan, from Evan. And so on my Instagram page, we're always singing together in the car. I can't hold a tune, but we have these moments. So I teach him about music. So we talk about Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder. So everyone that knows me, me and my son connect through music, and that's kind of probably my biggest takeaway from this.
And this is my line sister, Terry Evans. She went to Spelman with me, and I'm just so happy that you're here because you came to the Freedom Party.
Yeah.
And we're all going to talk about your impressions of the Freedom Party next. But before we do that,
Yeah.
let's talk to our Neo.
Yes.
Yes, girl.
Hello, I'm Andrea. I am, as they say, their Neo from Stoneman, Music High.
Yeah.
And I grew up with a family that loved music too. My siblings, we have a song for everything. And anybody that follows me on Facebook or IG, they know that I am constantly riding around, videotaping myself singing. I can't sing, but I think I can sing for sure. And just love good music.
That's right. So what is it about the Freedom Party that makes it different from other parties that you've been to? We're all grown, right?
Yeah.
We're no longer living off of our parents and all that other kind of stuff. So Freedom Party is a different kind of vibe. And I think particularly when you have other obligations, right? You have jobs, you have careers, you have kids. You do other things with your life besides ramen noodles and studying for finals. No shade.
There's nothing wrong with ramen noodles.
There's nothing wrong with ramen noodles. However, I think that as you get older, you value your time a bit more. And so what is it about the Freedom Party that impressed you when you were there?
So I'll kick this off because I don't go out that often. But when Dana was like, girl, you gotta go to the Freedom Party. I'm like, if I stay out to 2 a.m., I'm done for like 3 days, right? But she was like, you gotta go to the party. She's like, you gotta wear flats. And so you think you're going out, you know, you gotta do your thing. But I'm listening to my girl because she told me what to do, and I'm so glad I did because we walked in the club dancing, and we danced all night. So if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out to have a good time. So we talk about this like you go to clubs now, and it's about who you see. That's not what this is about. This is about going out with your people, having a good time, and dancing from the time you hit the club to the time you leave. So that's what I loved about it, and so I'm hooked, and I'm so glad that we're partying there for her birthday on Friday night. But I'm hooked, and I say that for people that don't like to go out. This is where you want to be.
Personally, my experience was Dana walking into the club, and everyone seemed to know Dana. She was constantly, and it was just so much fun. She told me not to dress up, but I still put my club attire on, and I felt kind of like out of the box. So now I know what to wear. Now I know that I can have a ball. I juke the whole time, y'all.
It's really come as you are.
It really is.
It really is come as you are. Like the highfalutin, pretentious,
No.
It's just a waste.
I didn't even have to have a cutesy drink. I had my Hennessy and water.
That's the thing. We laugh at the chicks in the high heels.
Yeah,
Like,
y'all.
yeah. You're so young, honey. You have no commitments on
Yes.
But I hope that everybody comes out, because I think one thing I love about the Freedom Party is that it's such a connector. It brings people of all different ages, demographics, races, cultures, and it's such a fun time. So, because you all are music aficionados, I want to talk about, I've got a couple questions for you all. And we are about to start the music debate. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
Everybody stretch out, get ready, here we go. Because I got a couple questions, because everybody thinks they're a music expert, right? Just like everybody thinks they're a good driver. And so I just want to, we're going to have a couple of friendly debates, right? There's no winners or losers. And, but I just want to talk about a couple things when it comes to music, because I think it's just fun. So one of my first questions for you all, when it comes to music, what do you think is the sexiest instrument that's out there?
Saxophone.
I was gonna say, come on, Ivo. I was gonna say the oboe.
No. No bow.
The oboe people. Oboe.
I could say the drum.
Yeah, I was about to say, you gotta get the drums from.
Well, I'm saying, before any actual instrument comes along, a good voice to me is
A good voice.
So I think a good voice. Everybody we didn't all Luther's, Marvin Gaye's,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
Rochelle Farrell's,
Ooh,
everything.
yes.
A good voice gets the party started.
You trying to
Then you
tell
come
me?
with
Is it a good
Really?
voice that
Yeah.
you
Then you come
like?
Right on,
She's
right on.
upset.
He said right on.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Herbert, what were you gonna say?
I was going to say the tuba.
See,
Come on, Herbert. That's what I'm talking about.
the tuba.
That wouldn't be, that's not sexy to you. A guy walks in like, boom.
Okay, what song gets you hyped at a party? And I'll tell you why y'all are saying Cardi B. Cardi B. So for me, it was, and I went to Spelman College, as most of y'all know, and it was just, for me, Biggie gets me hyped.
Yes.
Because it is the old school, that first album, Ready to Die. Any Biggie song that comes from that album, for me, is like my hype party song. When you hear One More Chance, the remix, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, it's about to be hype. That's my song. That's the song that gets me hype at a party.
Well, see, I'm Chicago house head.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
anything house, but before Drake took Black Coffee Superman, that was my jam. You play that, I don't care.
So people can hear you say that.
Before Drake took it, yeah, no shade, Drake, but you took it. Come on, Herbert. Superman, Black Coffee, people, look it up. That's the original. That and day.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Herbert. Me, you, the two, and the hobo.
That sounds very exciting.
Just for the record, Freedom Party in New York City had Boosie at our party.
Shut
perform.
She's about to book a flight.
I'm about to dance.
Expedia.com.
It's in my head.
Not an official sponsor.
My thing is, I enjoy stepping. So when people step, I love that music. So Elder Barge and Faith Evans, Lay With You, that is nice.
Okay. I didn't know my age. She's so tender when she be bending my ends like this. It's another great song. So what is your inspirational song?
Be optimistic.
Ooh,
Sounds of Black.
Sounds of Black. That's a great one.
Yeah.
Mine is Desiree. You gotta be.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta be bad. You gotta be bold. You gotta be wiser.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Anybody else?
Dana always has all the good
What
songs
songs
on her
get you
playlist.
inspired? That's true.
I like Yolanda Adams' Open Heart. Open my heart.
Open My Heart, that's a good one too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a good old school gospel cat. Give me I Go to Work by Kenton Jones.
Yes.
Check you out.
Yeah.
Real deep, real deep.
I go to work. That's it. I go to work.
Very good.
Yolanda Adams makes me cry.
Can we get a tissue?
I got one.
Anybody else? Any other inspirational songs?
Toto's Africa.
Oh.
Now that has
Catch the waves.
one of the best beats to me,
Yeah.
and it's such a throwback. Like it.
For me, it was it because the song was about not giving up no matter what. It's about keep going on your journey. There's such big messages in it.
Yep.
And when I've been through some hard times in the past, that song, whenever it came on, I would just have to like pull over and hold myself for a moment and just remember. It's like
It's such a, and it's a family song too. Like it's a band that is a family, which is fantastic.
yeah.
I'm gonna sneak one in though.
Yep.
Old school Bobby McFerrin. Don't worry, be happy.
It definitely keeps you lifted up.
Yeah.
It definitely keeps you lifted
That's
up.
an old school piece. Yeah.
So, what about your breakup song? What's your inspirational breakup song?
Commodore, sail on.
Sail on. Sail on.
See, a lot of people, that's an old school song, but most people be vibing and jamming to it like they're not listening to what sell off.
Yeah.
But you,
So
I
that's
got the
all.
love for you too, though.
Yeah.
Dionne Ward, You Gon' Need Me?
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
old
Yes.
man. That's a old hip. That's right there.
What about I broke the windows out your car?
Just came on.
That's some
That's
violence.
so violent, Dana.
I hate you so much right now.
I hate you so much right now. One of mine is I heard it all before.
Yes.
Sunshine Anderson.
Sunshine Anderson. Shout out to Sunshine Anderson. Because when it gets over and over and over again, I think Brian McKnight is one of my favorite artists ever.
First of all, Never Felt This Way is perhaps one of the greatest R&B songs.
It
ever.
is.
Never felt this way.
Yeah, I can't keep a dry eye on that song. It's impossible.
Yes.
How it takes my breath. Brian McKnight, Never Felt This Way.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on YouTube.
It's a lot of those. It's a good list of breakup songs.
Absolutely.
And I was reminded when Tyrese was going through his stuff recently, whatever, I didn't really pay attention to it because it's all Facebook chatter, but his song, What Am I Gonna Do, is so good. I remember when that song came out, how in love with that song I was.
Yeah.
That's
definitely.
his best.
So name a song that you love.
Wait, Little
Wait,
Scrappy, No Love.
What did you say?
Little Scrappy,
Take
No
the
Love.
breakup song?
Yeah.
Little, before we move on, Little Scrappy, No Love.
Look it up.
So name a song that you love that when you listen to the words, you discovered had really, really bad lyrics.
Oh, I hate.
I'm gonna give you an
my
example.
God.
I'm gonna give you my example because this came up today and we were laughing about it. Some of the people who were in the studio early, we were talking about this. One of mine was BBD, right? Because I'm a huge New Edition fan. Do Me Baby, anything New Edition, I was like, I'm cool with that. Like, yeah, New Edition. Woo! But then when I listened to Do Me Baby, right? Backstage, underage, adolescent. How you doing? She replied, I like to do all things.
Action took place.
It actually took place. I was like, wait, what?
It's Roy Moore right there, boy.
I'm sorry.
Roll
So,
Tide.
are there any other songs when you actually listen to the words, you're like,
Anything out right now.
Anything out right now?
anything out right now?
What is that new?
Celine.
What is that new song where the woman actually is like, you can have them Tuesday, Wednesday?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes.
The beat
Okay.
is dope.
It's
The
the
beat
weekend.
is dope. But you listen to the words.
terrible.
I'm like, how the hell is this? Excuse me.
Wait,
I am not
it's okay.
sharing.
We're not on iHeartRadio.
Okay.
You can have it when?
You can have, like, you share this man.
I am
Yeah.
not
Oh, that sounds
You
exciting.
just drop
Would
them off
not.
on Friday.
I was like, yeah, you just drop them off on Friday. I have
And
them
then
for the
she
weekend.
says 4 days is not really that good for her.
No.
She needs more than
Who does
just
this?
2.
This is why the family is so.
What's the song you say?
I think everybody has a problem with it. It's
Yeah.
just the ones
People
that
like
actually
the
do
beat.
it.
Do you guys remember slow dancing?
Yeah.
And do you remember how people used to
Facebook
slow
party.
dance? Why don't people slow dance anymore? Herbert, we need some slow. You got a point?
Ready or Not after 7.
Ready or not? After 7.
Oh.
Slow dance. Can we have some slow dancing at Freedom Party? Herbert?
So we've
Only at the
done it in
end.
the past. We've had moments where we just put on slow songs. Most recently, we did it at Irving Plaza, which is Freedom's new home for the time being. And I actually came from a wedding where the bride was Jewish and the groom was Nigerian Muslim. So I thought it'd be real cool because, you know, Trump's disgusting ass had just been in the news that night for something stupid that he said. And so I brought them up on stage at Irving Plaza and played Rufus's Sweet Thing, and everyone was singing to them where they had a slow dance on stage. So I'm not opposed to it. In fact, I'm a sap and I'm an R&B dude at heart, so I'm more than ready to play whatever slow song. Sure, I'd love.
I will love you anyway.
Yeah.
Even if you cannot stay, I think you are the one for me. Here is where you ought to be. You should be at Freedom Party on Friday. And there's going to be slow dancing. Is it going to be at Beauty Bar?
Beauty Bar, 1444 West Chicago Avenue from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. and it's just $5.
That is where it is
$5, well
down.
spent.
Going down.
Well spent.
All the Pabst Blue Ribbon you could drink. No,
Boom.
whatever you want there.
All night.
All
So,
night.
so East Coast or West Coast, my people?
South.
Third coast.
Midwest.
Third coast.
I like
Midwest.
I love
East. You
all
said
that
Midwest?
east.
Midwest, baby.
We was kind of trapped
East,
between.
West.
East.
Somebody said South.
Third coast.
South. Third. What's the third coast? Are we talking about Africa?
That's a lot of coast right there.
East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah, Dirty South. Dirty South.
South. Okay.
Sounds like my Snoop Dogg. Give me my Snoop Dogg.
What is it?
It's so funny because so for me it's East Coast.
Me too.
Particularly because
Some of the best and most important albums in music come from the West Coast. The Far Side, Bizarre Ride, and Far Side.
man,
do
the
love
Far Side from the rooter to the tutor
Yeah.
is one of my jams.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
for sure.
Some parts is down the West Coast entirely, but I mean, I'm
93
biased
to
off the
infinity.
East Coast all day.
Yeah. And I just want to say, I mean, I just throw these questions out because that's what I do as a host. But I think just when it comes to music, it was so funny to me because I was too young for my parents to sanction and be behind me loving Prince. They were like, you way too young, and I just can't get arrested for you dealing with Prince. Because it's not a milestone birthday for me, people. So come on out, but ain't nobody in the 40s. So come on out and kick it on Friday night. But for me, when it came to music, we were in such and I was afraid that all the good music, right? I couldn't go see Purple Rain. I was too young for all the music that I thought was amazing. But my mom told me, thank you, Mother, she was like, don't worry, your time is coming. And there's going to be such great music when you come up. So you're good. You don't even have to
Don't
worry
matter
about
because
it.
it got all remixed from the 70s and
Yeah.
80s anyway.
This
If
is
it's
true.
not remixed from there,
That's
it's
ex-
almost not even a hit.
I think that's exactly right.
Yep.
I think that's exactly right. But there has been so much good music that, to me, when there was so much going on between East Coast and West Coast and all this alleged beef, right? I was like, I just love all the music. Like, can I just be Switzerland when it comes to all these different music fads and all these different music hypes? When it comes to music, what artist do you feel is the best connector? When it comes to people, ages, colors, shades. Because for me, my philosophy is that music is love. And music connects people of all different ages, races, vibes. My vote would be Stevie Wonder.
I was gonna say that.
There it is. Show him, Terry. Show him your shirt. Put your shirt out there. There it is. Look at her shirt. Look at both of her shirts.
You have to mention Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson too. Yeah, I mean,
Millions and maybe even billions of people that guy has touched. I mean, I don't know if there's ever been anyone like it as far as reach is concerned.
Well, I must say, Patti LaBelle, she's got some stuff going on too. She can sing chorus.
yeah. I've seen her with no shoes on.
Connecting
people.
But you have to say MJ or Stevie.
Yes.
I should be part of
For
that,
sure.
though.
I still love Patti. Don't know what y'all-
Hall & Oates.
Holland.
Still love my
Wham.
Yes.
Boy George. Who do you wish was alive for one more concert?
Prince.
Michael Jackson, Prince.
Nobody did it like Prince.
What is, nobody did like
Nobody did
Prince.
it like Prince.
And we went to Paisley Park.
We were
I
talking
wasn't the
about that
biggest
earlier.
believer in certain things, but we always loved Prince. Didn't matter.
Prince.
But after the experience that we had at Paisley Park, that gave me a
So
whole nother.
So I just have to say that.
Paisley
So
Park
this is
is
before
surreal.
Paisley Park, but this girl, all the way down, Dana being Dana, hosted a Prince party for youngins at her house. And had the whole freaking community. I'm talking about international, white, Asian, black. Everybody's out here in purple with the kids, kicking it as a tribute to Prince.
Prince.
That is-
And Marshall DJ that party.
You jam.
I mean, who does that, people?
But it was funny because he was like,
Michelle.
"You really want to have a Prince party with children?" I was like, "Yes, just not the naughty bits."
Right.
I'm gonna like just edit all this out. So I'm not gonna play. Just don't pay attention to the words. Don't pay attention to the words.
We don't have to play Insatiable. We can all just hang out to Let's Go Crazy.
Darling Vicky. No
Oh,
Darling Vicky.
there is no Darling Vicky.
But Prodigy, that's my answer.
Yeah.
Prodigy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, I think Prince, Michael Jackson. We've lost so many great people in music. Whitney Houston, absolutely.
She was
Don't
good.
sleep.
Yeah.
She was good.
Grandma loves George Michael.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, that boy can dance. Shouts out to my grandma, who always had great insight when it comes to that. Michael
Somebody
Jackson.
wrote in the comment section, Donny Hathaway. I just want to say something.
Yes.
He is my favorite artist of all time. Before
Favorite?
Stevie, before Michael, before Prince, my personal favorite is Donny Hathaway. If you listen to Everything is Everything, start to finish, forget it. Forget it.
I feel you on that. And shouts out to Layla because I think she, in terms of children who carry on the legacy, right?
Yeah.
Layla Hathaway does a great job of carrying on the legacy of her dad, which I think is so fantastic
She does. She's
and great. She's awesome.
Rippleton, keep going.
Yes. Michael Jackson or Prince?
Prince.
MJ.
Prince.
You know,
MJ.
the weird thing happened when Michael Jackson died. I was, shocked. But when Prince died, I was truly upset.
Yes.
I remember when I got
I would
offended.
never call myself a super fan of Prince. I would never say that I was even a huge fan. I was a fan and I loved his music, but I wasn't had every album and every song. But when he passed,
Yeah.
it was just this weird feeling. I felt like I felt like the world really lost something.
Yeah.
I agree. And
Ron was saying earlier that Prince was for the mature crowd, the
Yeah,
adults,
he
and Michael Jackson
was
was
more
for
of
the
the
family
younger-
and
Yeah,
little kids.
everybody.
So I agree with that too.
I think that's true. And I think I grew a new appreciation for Prince, having gone to Paisley Park.
Man, just listening to him, remember how he's singing about his powder blue, and we
Yeah.
sitting right in front of the car.
We happened to be at Paisley Park a year after he died, and just to be there and to experience just his car and his studio and his office and all these other things.
And we got the dance floor started.
And we did get the dance floor started, and just to be there when they were talking about just Prince and who he was and his philosophy and how he lived his life, vegetarian, no alcohol. That's how Paisley Park is run, and
And
just
giving millions of dollars away and not looking for 1 ounce of credit.
not at all. And the ability to play so many different instruments.
Everything.
The talent, pure talent.
And he was generous. He gave me a ring. He's the only artist to ever give
To
me
give
a
you
ring.
a ring.
No, for real.
And he was deciding between that and a basketball career.
Yeah,
Yes.
Exactly. That's right.
Because he used to play shirts and blouses.
Unity.
So before we wrap it all up, in your opinion, who is the greatest of all time? Who is the GOAT?
Entertainer or what?
Music.
Just in general?
Johnny Hathaway.
Johnny Hathaway.
To me, the GOAT still got to be Prince. Anytime you can play
Yes.
everything in the world, every instrument, every genre,
That's
and
true.
everybody talks about you, that's the GOAT.
That's true.
I'm riding out with MJ.
I am a big Michael Jackson fan. I wore this because I think Prince is a great
Yeah.
silver medal.
Ah!
First loser. But
Nice show.
thank you very much. Thank you very much. But I was a Michael Jackson fan when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And just when you had stoic German women losing their mind.
Oh my God.
Like over Michael Jackson at a concert. I mean, that is some serious pull.
Now I get it. Y'all like Prince. Y'all like Michael Jackson. I get it. But I have a special love for Patty with the
Does this have anything to do with Patty Pies?
That's why I got a special love
I'm
for her.
sorry.
That's it.
Patty's pies don't top mine. Y'all want more for Christmas?
Yes, I do.
Everybody?
Yes, I do.
Gotcha.
So, I just want everybody, thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate everybody for being here. This has been a fantastic show. The Freedom Party. You can get all of this and more at the Freedom Party Chicago. It's Friday night.
Grown
It's
folks.
Grown folks. It's at Beauty Bar. Don't come with no ID. $5 all night. People have been saying they've been before, they want to go, they haven't been in a while. Dana B and Dana, all these people are going to be here. We're going to be there on Friday night. Please come out. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be my birthday. My birthday's at midnight. I turned
Happy birthday!
25. That's the Steve Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. My birthday is on Saturday, so I would love for you all to come out and have a great time. I just want to thank my sponsor, Miracle Custom. That is Ronell's company.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much. Home theater, audio, visual systems. They do a fantastic job. So please reach out. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being here tonight, everybody. Next week, we are talking about lawyers. It is lawyers going wild. For me, I believe that some of your best mentors are people who don't necessarily look just like you. So it's going to be a whole bunch of white guys in here tomorrow.
I'm sorry, that's horrible.
No, they're amazing. They are fantastic. They are fantastic. Some of my best mentors are people who do not necessarily look like me. And so we're going to be just talking about mentorship and being a lawyer and all that means. So please tune in next week. They are fantastic. They helped me get my start in terms of who I am today. Tune in next week. You do not want to miss it. We're going to have a great time. But before then, come to the Freedom Party on Friday night. We're going to all be out in these streets. We're going to have a great time. Thank you so much. In these streets, y'all. Streets. This is Dana B and Dana on intellectualradio.com. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Have a good night. We can get tacos. Oh yeah, for sure. We're definitely going to meet up early. We're meeting up early for tacos.
Love you, Kendall.